So I changed the background a little bit, just a little bit. I added some things, I added some people, whatever. Love it. My favorite Turkish series, this one, Endless Love, Black Love, obviously. We have Chuck and Blair, favorite Turkish series over there, and we have a pretty girl with braids in a sparkly background. That's it. And Paris over there. I don't really like Paris, but whatever. I've never been, but still, it looks so boring. That's what I think. I think it's boring. Maybe not. I don't know, but it's not my vibe. Anyways, hello, how are you? My name is Mackie. Welcome to Mackie Really Reads. Today I am going to be giving y'all my September wrap up. Can you believe we're in September? Next thing, it's going to be October. It's going to be the 4th of October. It's going to be my birthday, and I am so happy. I'm going to be turning 25, and yay. Yay. If you hear any background, people are doing construction work. They are building, is it a shopping mall or something? Whatever, but they should be packing up now, so there shouldn't be a lot of noise. Anyways, I read 18 books this month. Some contemporary, some mafia, some dark, and a little bit, and some novellas, yeah, and one historical, I think. Yes. So the first book I read is Falling at First Sight by Willow Winters. This is a short, sweet little romance. They are both well, he's a teacher. She lives in that small town, and she has a kid that goes to the school that he teaches at, and spoiler alert, they fall in love. It's like 100 pages. It's really short. It's cute. Nothing to really think about. I gave it 3 stars. Then I read A Sweet Mercy by K.A. Tucker. It is K.A. Tucker, not Nina West. It's the same people, but this one is written by K.A. Tucker. I think it's not Nina West anymore. It's K.A. Tucker. I'm pretty sure it is. But this one is I wouldn't call it a mafia romance, but kind of feels like it's a mafia romance. He's in the mafia. Not really. His dad is in the mafia, but he really isn't in the mafia, but he's not a good guy. So yeah, it's about Gabriel and Mecy. So Mecy's dad goes to jail, and she's visiting him one day, and she sees Gabriel, and Gabriel is sitting next to his dad, and she's like, whoa, he's cute, but he looks so scary, and his dad is the mafia, or he's in the mafia, so I'm gonna stay away from him. So Gabriel kind of gives her a deal, like, if you stay with me at my house and you hang out with me, quote unquote, maybe hook up, I don't know, you will receive protection, and your dad will also be protected. And you know, he's in jail, so he kind of needs to be protected because it's rough. It's rough there. But yeah, I give it 4 stars. It was okay. I don't think I will continue on with this series. It didn't capture me like the other series that we'll be talking about later. The next book that I read is Dane's Storm by Mia Sheridan. Now this book is a marriage, no, it's not a marriage in trouble. It is a second chance romance. They were previously married. They got married very, very young. Trigger warnings for loss of a child. I think it was loss of a child, not infertility. Yes, loss of a child. So the heroine is kind of living, I wouldn't say in shambles, but her life kind of sucks, and she is about to lose her business. So she goes to the hero, and she's like, why are you gonna take my business away from me? We spoke about this, it's in the prenup, and now you're trying to take this business from me. And he's like, what are you talking about? And it has 0 timeline, so if you don't like that, I don't think you should read this book. I want to say it's similar to All Your Perfects, but it has kind of the same structure. So the couple is involved in a plane crash, just the 2 of them. Dane was flying the helicopter, and it crashes, and it crashes in a snowstorm. So they're kind of forced to survive and, you know, kind of make it work. It is kind of intense. So if you like kind of forced proximity / survival romance. I think you'd like this one because it also has the second chance aspect. It was very, very intense and I just loved it. I don't know why, but I was in the mood for something that was like in snow, like a book that was set in snow and kind of like a snowstorm, and this book had everything that I wanted, so I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. Then I read In Bed with the Highlander by Maya Banks, and I DNF'd to this book. It was so boring. I don't know if it's because I wasn't in the mood for historical, but it was just so boring. It was so predictable, and I did not like the hero. I didn't like him. Like, Ewan, whatever his name is, like, dude, I'm sorry. Like, you were so boring. Like, oh my god, snooze fest. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people like this book, but it just wasn't for me. It just wasn't for me. No, ma'am. I love Highlander romances, but this one, nope. I didn't rate it. I never, ever rate books that I didn't. If that, I just don't do it. Then I read Tempt Me by K. Tucker, previously written by, well, it's the same person, but it was previously written under Nina West. Let me just talk about the whole Wolf Hotel series, because I read it. It was part of a read-along with some booktubers, well, like 5 booktubers, McKay, Sam, Tori, Jess, and Cheyenne. I loved the series. I think I'm gonna give the series 5 stars. It just made me so happy. It was just so cool and just vibes, and it was steamy, and it was just a lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed this one. I'm excited for the next read along. I should start the book today or tomorrow. I don't want to keep doing this thing of leaving the books until like 1 or 2 days before the read along starts. I always do this. I don't know what it is about me, but I just like being under stress and under a lot of pressure, I think. I don't know, maybe not, I don't know. Next book that I read is Wolf Gone Wild. I asked which book I should read on my Instagram. So if you're not following me on my Instagram, you probably should. I ask a lot of questions or what kind of videos I would like for me. So probably follow me on my Instagram. It's the best way to kind of get in contact with me immediately. I asked which book I should read because I've never read a Juliet Cross book, and people chose, well, majority was this one, Wolf Gone Wild, and I gave it 4 stars. It is a wolf romance, paranormal. It's a witch as well. She is a witch and he is a wolf, but he thinks that he's cursed because he can't shift into his wolf anymore. Like, his wolf is, of course he has his wolf in him, but it's like he can't shapeshift into a wolf, so he feels like he is cursed. So he asks the heroine if he can kind of like break the curse, because she's part of this family of like generational wolves, witches or something, whatever. She's in the cool squad of witches, and yeah, they kind of go on this journey. He feels like he's at peace, or like the monsters or his wolf goes away when he's around her, so he kind of needs to be around her all the time. So it's sort of force proximity, kind of. I wouldn't really call it that, but I really enjoyed this one. Great start to the Juliet Cross series. I'm gonna continue reading the series. There's one couple that I really want to read about, and I'm not sure which book they're in, but I'm excited to finish off this series. And then I read It Ain't Me Babe by Tillie Cole. I read these books for the Twisted and Taboo Readathon, hosted by Sam, Tori, Jess, Cheyenne, and McKay. And I did a reading vlog, so I'll link that down below. I did I think I read 5 or 6 books, I'm not sure, but I gave this book 4.5 stars. I'm waiting to see if I actually change my mind on this book, but for now it's 4.5 stars. It is an MC romance. It has a heroine that was raised in a cult, in a religious cult, and if you know me, I love watching like any cult documentaries. Like I've watched a ton of them. My favorite is Escaping Polygamy. Even though it's not a documentary, it's a series where like people from the FLDS and the Mormon church, they escape the church and the cult and the family, whatever. And I loved that show. It's over now. There's 4 seasons. It's amazing. And you can watch it on YouTube. So after you finish watching this, you can just watch Escaping Polygamy. But I like this one. I'm waiting to see if I like other books more. I feel like I will, because I like Tillie Cole's writing, but I just didn't feel the connection. For some reason, I don't know if it's just me, but their connection, I didn't quite feel it that much. So that's why I gave it 4.5 stars, because it was still like a well-written book. Like I don't see anything wrong with the book. I think it is just me and not kind of seeing their love or feeling like, okay, these people are soulmates. So that's why I gave it 4.5 stars. Then I read Clean Start at 47 by Nora Phoenix. This is the first book in the 47 duology. I loved this book. I loved it so much. It is part of a duology. It is an MM romance, and it is a son's friend romance. Not best friend, just like friend. Or is it friend's dad? Whichever way you want to say it. But this one is about Kenzie and Ben. So Kenzie is the older man in this book. He is looking to start over, and he's just come out as gay. He's always known he was gay, but he just recently came out. He was previously married, obviously he had kids, and Benoni his full name is Benoni, which that name in my country, like it's like a town, and that town is so ghetto. It's so ghetto. That town is so ghetto. Like
the ghetto. The ghetto. The ghetto.
I don't know, man. Like every time I hear the name Benoni, I'm like, ghetto. Ghetto. I'm sorry, but it's ghetto. And not in a bad way, but it's just like, it's the ghetto. You know what I mean? So, Ben is a personal trainer, and Kenzie is also like a recovering drug addict. He's just looking to get his body and his mind right and kind of go on his journey of being his true self. And he goes to the gym and he sees Ben. Ben happens to be his fitness instructor. So it is steamy, but the steam is not between the two of them. There are other scenes with other people and previous scenes. You'll understand once you read this book, but it is so good. I just love the Dom sub kind of dynamic. It was very different. And it was really cute as well. I loved MM romances. There's very few that I read, but every time I read it, it's like 5 stars. So if you have an MM romance that you love, drop it down in the comments below, and I want to add it to my TBR so I can read it. Then I read Restless Kings by Picastille and C. Limero. I'm giving this book 3 stars. It was okay. I think I might actually give it 2 stars. It was boring. It was like, it's like reverse harem, high school bully. It's just like very predictable. I hate predictable books. I cannot deal. Like if I can already sort out what the book is gonna be like in my head, there's no reason. I'll just stay here with my own characters. There's no reason for me to read a book because I've already figured it out. So, and the bullying is just so dumb. I'm like, oh my god, high schoolers, they're so stupid sometimes. Yeah, 2 stars. If you like bully romances, maybe you'll like it because it also has reverse harem, but not for me. Then I read Sunshine and the Stalker by K Webster and Danny Renee. I gave this book 3 stars. It is a stalker romance. It is a novella length, short, simple, cute. It's a good time. K Webster writes a good time, but it was alright. It's not like one of my favorite K Webster books, but this one is it's okay. Gave it 3 stars. Then I read The Legend by Dylan Allen. This is my first book by Dylan Allen. It is an interracial romance. It's second chance, friends to lovers. It is so good. So the hero is born in a very, very rich family. It's kind of like The Notebook. It is like, this book is similar to The Notebook because it's like the class difference, like in reverse though. Obviously it's in reverse because the hero is the rich one, the girl is the poor one, and their parents don't want them to be together, and they split, and years later they are brought back together. It is very angsty and they're just so in love with each other. It's so painful to see them not being able to be together, but it was really, really good. I'm giving this book 4.5 stars. I really, really enjoyed this one, and I just loved their romance. I loved their connection. I loved how they just were like, this is it for me and there's nothing else. And I just love their devotion for each other, even though they can't be together at times. But it was so beautiful. Yeah, lots of twists and turns in this book. It's not boring. There's a lot of things that happen. You're like, what? Wait, what's going on? It's very interesting. It also has kind of like a suspense thing to it towards the end. So I really, really enjoyed this one. I think I'm gonna read the next book, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna like the couple. But I shall see. Maybe if I'm in the mood. Maybe not. I don't know. Then I read A Perfect Villain by J.L. Beck and S. Renee, right? S. Renee? I don't know. It's something. And this is the first book in the Dark Lies Duet. It is mafia, stalker, romance. It is not a mafia book. This book is not mafia. Like, I don't see anything that's mafia other than his dad telling him he has to do stuff. He's not part of the mafia. It's barely any mafia things. He is a stalker though, but I'm just like, you are trying to eliminate everyone in her life for lying to her while you are lying to her. So he's her stalker, and he is also pretending to be her friend as well. So it's just like a lot of things, and it just didn't work well for me. He was just an idiot, and I feel so bad for her. And the cliffhanger did not save the show. Like, it sucked. Like, it sucked so bad. I'm like, if you really want a stalker romance, a really dark stalker romance, Hunting Adeline is where it's at. Like, that book is top notch for me. Descent by Sam Mariano is also like, it's up there. But this one, I'm sorry, it sucked so bad. And it sucks because like the covers are so pretty, and I was really looking forward to like starting a new mafia series with a new author to me. So yeah, that didn't turn out well, but it's okay. Then I read Love Notes by Christina C. Jones. This is the first book in the Equilibrium series, I think. Yeah, this book is by Troy and Jules. It is a black love. I love it. Both the characters are black, and this book was so good. It just made me smile. I just really enjoyed it. It didn't have the type of intensity and sadness and like the devastation or emotional damage you'll get when you read Kennedy Ryan, but it still was so good. I loved them together. I enjoyed the connection, their love story, and how jaded they were at first, but with each other, it just like the tables have turned, and it was just really amazing. I just really enjoyed this one, and I'm really impressed with Christina C. Jones. And I read Bittersweet. This is 2.5. I don't know why it's 2.5, but I think it's because it's a novella length. This is Jules' cousin, Annika. It's still part of the same series by Christina C. Jones, and I enjoyed this one as well. It was just as good. It was just only like shorter, and it's like set during like the Christmas times or the holiday times. So yeah, I'm not a fan of like holiday romances, but this one is really, really good. I really enjoyed them. Annika is very much not wanting to be in a relationship, not wanting to be in love, and the hero is very persistent, and they both work at a coffee shop, and I'm just like, yes, I would love to work at a coffee shop, but that probably will not be good for my health. I drink way too much coffee already as it is. So yeah, those are all the books that I read in September. Yeah, that's all I have for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Drop down your favorite read for September and I'll add it to my TBR. And thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.